After 20 years in medicine, I can tell you that 99% of men are looking in the wrong place. And it's destroying their intimate relationships without them even knowing it. I'm Dr. Sarah, and what I'm about to reveal will completely change how you think about female pleasure. But I have to warn you, this contradicts everything you've probably heard before. Here's the shocking truth: the G-spot isn't what you think it is. And once you understand what it actually is, everything else falls into place. Stay with me for the next 15 minutes, because this information could transform your intimate life. Why is a men's health channel covering this? Because your intimate relationship directly impacts your health, your confidence, stress levels, even cardiovascular health. I've worked with countless couples where frustration has replaced connection. The man feels inadequate. The woman feels disconnected. This creates a vicious cycle of avoidance and resentment that poisons everything. Here's the truth: it's not your fault. You've been given wrong information. Today, that changes. The G-spot isn't a button or separate organ. This is where everyone gets it wrong. The G-spot is actually the internal portion of the clitoral complex. Here's why this matters. Most people think the clitoris is just that small visible part. Wrong. The clitoris is a large structure that extends internally, with arms reaching back into the pelvis and bulbs on either side of the vaginal opening. The G-spot is the area on the front vaginal wall, 2 to 3 inches inside, where you stimulate these internal structures through the tissue. It's indirect stimulation of the clitoral complex from the inside. But here's the critical part: this area varies dramatically between women. Some have a very pronounced, sensitive spot. Others have a diffuse area. Some find it intensely pleasurable. Others find it uncomfortable or uninteresting. This variation is completely normal. This is why generic find the G-spot advice fails. Here's what nobody tells you: timing is everything. When a woman isn't aroused, this area isn't sensitive. Stimulating it too early can feel like nothing, or worse, uncomfortable, like needing to urinate. As arousal builds, blood flows to the genital area. The clitoral complex becomes engorged. The G-spot area swells and becomes pronounced. This is why going straight for G-spot stimulation rarely works. Most women need significant warm-up, 10, 15, 20 minutes or more. External clitoral touch, kissing, building anticipation. This isn't foreplay you rush through. This is the main event. This makes everything else work. The biggest mistake? Jackhammer motion. Rapid, hard movement rarely works. Most women respond to firm, consistent pressure rather than rapid movement. Here's the technique: insert your finger 2 to 3 inches, curl upward toward her belly button in a come here motion. Feel for an area with different texture, slightly ridged or spongy. Apply steady, firm pressure with slow, deliberate movements. Try come here motions, circular movements, side to side, or steady pressure while she adjusts position. Pay attention to feedback, her body language, breathing, muscle response. If she's tensing or pulling away, adjust. If she's relaxing, breathing deeper, moving toward your touch, you're on track. Critical point: G-spot stimulation often works best combined with external clitoral stimulation. You're stimulating different parts of the same structure from different angles. Here's something that takes pressure off both of you. For most women, the most intense pleasure comes from the external clitoris, not the G-spot. Research shows 70 to 80% of women require direct clitoral stimulation to orgasm. Only 18 to 25% can orgasm from penetration alone. Does this mean G-spot stimulation isn't valuable? No. For some women, it's incredibly important. But the idea that you need to master it, or something's wrong if your partner doesn't respond intensely, that's false. Every woman is different. What matters is figuring out what works for your partner. Position matters too. Woman on top gives her control. Modified positions create better angles. Elevating hips with a pillow helps. Experiment and pay attention. Female pleasure isn't just physical. A woman's ability to relax, feel safe, and be present is enormously important. Many women carry tension and self-consciousness into intimacy. They worry about how they look, taking too long, whether you're bored. This mental noise makes pleasure nearly impossible. Creating an environment where your partner feels safe, accepted, and judgment-free is more important than perfect technique. This means taking your time, showing genuine enthusiasm for her pleasure, reassuring her you're enjoying yourself, and staying present rather than focused on an end goal. The best lovers aren't the ones with the most techniques. They're genuinely attentive, responsive, and focused on their partner's experience. They're patient, curious, they ask questions, pay attention, and adjust. For exploration, Try saying, "I'd love to explore what feels good for you. Can we take time where I try different touches and you give me feedback?" This takes pressure off. It's learning and discovery, not a test. Encourage detailed feedback. That creates warmth. That's too intense. That pressure is perfect. Remember, responses vary based on cycle, stress, fatigue, medications. What felt amazing last week might not today. That's normal. Ongoing communication matters. As women go through menopause, hormonal changes affect tissues. Less lubrication, thinner tissues, longer arousal time. This is normal and doesn't mean satisfying intimacy isn't possible. Adapt, use plenty of quality lubricant, take more time, be gentle, focus on emotional connection. Many couples report intimacy improves with age because they focus on connection over performance. Keep it fresh with variety. Change setting, time, pace. Build anticipation throughout the day with texts or touches. Sexual intimacy doesn't start in the bedroom. What happens after matters too. Take time to hold your partner, express affection, stay close. This aftercare signals sex is about connection, not just release. Research shows couples who do this report higher satisfaction. Performance anxiety affects both partners. Men feel pressure to perform perfectly. Women feel pressure to respond quickly. All this pressure is counterproductive. The best experiences happen when both can relax and focus on connection over outcomes. Try taking orgasm off the table sometimes. Just explore pleasure. This often paradoxically leads to more intense experiences because anxiety is removed. Remember, relationship health impacts sexual intimacy. Unresolved conflicts, resentment, poor communication, all show up in the bedroom. Invest in your overall relationship. Quality time, meaningful conversations, appreciation, working through conflicts constructively. This all contributes to better intimacy. Everything I've shared is general guidance. Every woman is unique. The most important skills: attentiveness to your partner, willingness to communicate openly, and flexibility to adjust. Don't approach intimacy like a recipe. Approach it as an ongoing conversation, a dance where you're constantly tuning in and adjusting. This responsiveness is more valuable than memorizing techniques. The G-spot mystery isn't about finding a location. It's about understanding arousal, communication, connection, and being genuinely attentive to your partner's unique needs. Now, 3 things. First, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week I share insights about relationships, intimacy, and health that other channels won't touch. Second, share this with a friend who might benefit. The most important conversations are often the ones we're most hesitant to have. Third, most important, have a conversation with your partner tonight. Not about technique, but about creating more safety, communication, and connection. That's where real transformation happens. I'm Dr. Sarah, reminding you, great intimacy comes from genuine connection, open communication, and the willingness to keep learning about your partner. See you in the next video.